Hey everybody, I hope you're ready for a very interesting market update for the specifically city of Casselberry. Today you're going to learn how the city of Casselberry's real estate market's doing, both from a home buyer to home seller to a rental to investments, and more importantly, how about interest rates and maybe some tips on how to get those interest rates lower. So stay tuned, let's check it out. And for those that don't know, my name is Tim Veigle. I'm a local realtor. I live in Casselberry. I know a lot about Casselberry. Grew up in the area, travel the area constantly. I've seen this place go from not that much to definitely a booming city and then some. I look forward to the future in Casselberry. So today, what we're going to go ahead and cover is first off the real estate market for September in the city of Casselberry. Then we're going to go ahead and jump into the rental market in Casselberry and review how the Casselberry's investment market looks and review Casselberry's market compared nationally, and then jump into the mortgage market before we call it a day. So, real estate market for September. So, we're taking a good look at the last 5 years of September's. We're only specifically looking at the month of September. Why? Because we want to compare like for like. So, and typically a lot of the normal stuff going on in the area, it's all going to happen in the month of September. Every once in a while, you might have something thrown out there. For example, hurricanes, but you never know. But this still gives us a good idea. So, as you can tell, sold so far in September, and this number can go up slightly because we are only a few days into October, so there's still a few updates on the data points. But right now, we're on pace for 36 solds, which is the lowest solds in the last 5 years for the city of Casselberry. So kind of shows you our inventory issue. We got buyers out there, people wanting to buy, but we don't have that many people out there to buy homes available, which for a seller makes it a seller's market. But the interest rates kind of keep us back a little bit. Now, average days on market for the month of September in 2023, we are at 23. Good number, I guess, for this year, which is, if you look at it, the lowest it's been since September of 2021. Now, our median price is 318,500, which is almost $17,000 less than we were last September this time. But compared to the others, we're still well up there. And you can expect a little bit, like in the Seminole County area, City of Casselberry does. It's a great place to live, but it's the hardworking middle class America. So our homes can sometimes be drawn down a little bit because we're blue collar workers, and because of that, we're going to see a little bit more of an impact when we got the interest rates coming up and feel the squeeze based off inflation, which is what's causing the median sales price to go down to 318.5. But it could still go back up quite a bit, and we've had some good sales in here. Now let's go ahead and jump on over into the rental market. In the rental market, we see that we took a little bit of a dive as well, but not much. So $50 a month less. But typical rent median market is $1,800 for September 2023. And as you can tell, average days on market's almost jumped 300% as we're up to 26 days on market versus the 10 days for last year for rentals. Now, this is only taking rental data out of the MLS. You got private investors in certain rental properties that never touch the MLS. Therefore, the numbers can be skewed a little bit because those do-it-yourself landlords could be a little cheaper on the rent, or it could also be a little bit higher on the rent. But typically, you can be paying $1,800. Now, keep in mind, $1,800, you could buy a home in Casselberry for $1,800 with that median sales price that it currently is at. But if you want to rent, it's up to you. It all depends on the situation. My recommendation, though, If the rent's getting a little outrageous, and it can go up and down with no notice, it might be time to start looking into, should I buy or not? It might not be in the cards for you for many different reasons, some of which might be where you're at in your current life. You might not want to have a home that you own, but exploring those options is not a bad thing. Now, investment market, currently looking to see if there's any income producing properties for sale in Seminole or in Casselberry, and there's zero. Active and zero that have closed. When I talk income producing properties, these are usually duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes. They are out there, far and few between, but they are in there. Properties that usually rent out. Now, looking at what a typical return on investment based off Casselberry, and for each their own, it's all about finding the right investment property. But with current rent being $1,800 a month, annually you're looking at about a 6.7% return going off of a property that sells for the median sales price. So, but hopefully with higher rents and certain improvements in the property, you can get a higher return than 6.7%. A typical home run is what we call 1% property, which would be closer to about 10% return on your investment year over year. So, and as an investor, there's certain things you can do to do that, especially in the city of Casselberry, because Casselberry is going to have some of the more affordable homes available to you in all of Seminole County. Now, looking at the overall Casselberry compared to the national, so our local market being Casselberry, as you can tell, coming down here, we are lower than national median prices, and it all jumps up and down. And this one's data is not 100% perfect yet, hasn't updated the month of September, so this is going off August. But as you tell, compared to the national average, we are a lot lower. So the good thing is we're lower than the national average, so that should make you feel good about the home that you currently have. Downside is others will eventually notice it, so they're going to want to invest their money, put their money in here, which could drive our prices up a little bit. But as of today, it hasn't. So we're in a good situation. Now let's take a look at the mortgage market. As of today, approximately your 30-year fixed home is going to be about 7.375% interest rate. And that's give or take, depending on the lenders and certain criteria. Could be less, could be more. Now, in Casselberry, looking at only the month of September, 27.78% of those deals were cash deals, and it was 36 deals closed. 44.4% were conventional. Now, out of that, 3 of them had seller concessions. And that's basically where the buyer, when they did their negotiating, requested for concessions from the seller towards their closing cost. On average, it varies. On some of these I looked at today were $10,000 to $15,000. Now, FHA was 22.22% closed in the month of September for Casselberry. 4 of those were seller concessions, and 5.56% were VAs. Didn't see any seller concessions on those. So the reason why I'm pointing out the seller concessions is the money that you get for that can be used for many things. Can't be used for the down payment, but can help you offset some of the closing costs that you have. But in today's market, especially with the way it's currently going with the interest rates, what you're seeing a lot of buyers want to do is negotiate down, but not necessarily come down on the price, more or less come down getting some seller concessions. Then with that seller concession, what they do is they flip it into buying points. When you buy these points, you help lower your interest rate. So the interest rate being 7.375%, you buy so many points, and it all varies based off different federal rules and everything. So But if you get enough money and you decide you want to buy points, you can easily lower your 7.375% into a 5% loan instead, or somewhere in the 5% range. So that's going to save you money on your monthly payment, therefore put more expendable money for you to take care of your family and move forward. And this is a good thing for you. So definitely look at it. And if you haven't done so yet, I would sit down, talk with a real estate professional, because when you do that, you're increasing likely to see what you can and can't do. You have your friends and family telling you what they did, but it doesn't matter what they did. It's more importantly what you can do based off your situation. And it helps with an experienced realtor in your corner because we can tell you what we're seeing in the market from our listings, from other buyers, what's working, what's not. What I can tell you is negotiating for seller concessions year and a half ago wasn't happening. So doing it today is happening. So, hey, the market changes and you got to change with it. Now, thank you all for checking in for this month's market update where we focus strictly on Casselberry. Look for another one next Monday. We'll be focused on another area that I cover a lot. So if you have any questions, please connect with me. My website, my phone number, my email. I look forward to helping you. It's time to, get out there and see what we can do. And we're a lot better together. So if you have any questions, and please leave a comment. Share this with a friend who might need to see this. Would love to get their take on it. And I look forward to hearing from you all in the future. May you have a great week. Let's start this month off strong. Let's finish the year even stronger.